This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And welcome to the X-Zone, everyone. My name is Rob McConnell, and we're coming to you from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Worldwide toll-free, 1-800-610-7035. Email xzone at xzoneradiotv.com. On all social media outlets, X-Zone Radio TV, and our website, www.xzoneradiotv.com. Here's the question. What human right destroys so many children? Well, my guest this hour is a world traveler, renowned artist, and humanitarian, and he says corrupted spirituality has tragic results. My guest this hour is Zulfiqar Rashid, and he's experienced the cultures and traditions on nearly every continent on this beautiful planet of ours. His travels have been immeasurably educational, and the expression of humanity in each country carries tremendous beauty, from Sao Paulo to Beijing to Madrid and beyond. Sadly, various destinations worldwide have a often terrible common denominator, and this is it: a disgusting abuse of children, often at the hands of devoutly religious adults. Wow. Joining me now is my guest this hour, Zulfiqar Rashid. And Zulfiqar, welcome to the X-Zone.
Thank you very much, Rob. I'm very glad to be here.
Tell me, Zulfiqar, what possessed you to travel around the world in the first place? It's something that everybody would love to do, but very few actually do. What was your inspiration?
I have to come clean here. I do, like everybody, as you said, very much like to travel. There's many exciting places and interesting places in this beautiful planet of ours, as you said. I have been lucky enough to be working with a company in a role where I get to travel around the world. So that has been the primary opportunity that I've been given, thankfully.
And you say that corrupted spirituality has tragic results and is destroying so many children. Why do you think this is? Well,
a little bit of my background. I was born in Pakistan and lived there for the first 20 years of my life. And then afterwards, I've had, again, the opportunity to go to many different places. And that has been the common theme if you look at the major religions around the world. At the core, at the fundamental level, all the religions, I sincerely believe, are good and are there for the betterment of humanity. But you get these situations across all religions, across all countries, where some people who get corrupted with the power, that comes with the positions that they may hold,
right,
and they use it to exploit other people for their own advantage. And this is truly independent of religion and independent of locale.
But I always thought, it was my belief, and it still is my belief, that religion, one of their major tenets is to protect children. In fact, in Christianity, Christ said, "Suffer little children to come unto me." And then in school, the hymns that are children orientated during the religious ceremonies in the Christian church, it's children are very front and center. So I find it very hard to understand why any religion would be abusive towards children.
You raise an excellent point, and I fully agree with you. I think Christianity, Islam, any religion, children and women, everybody is to be protected, but especially children.
Sure.
And I think this is where we need to make a distinction between the religion and the people that represent religion.
You mean like in the Catholic Church when there's so many priests that have abused so many children?
Exactly. That's exactly the point.
Right.
Religion by itself is absolutely, I think, essential, and I truly believe that it improves people's life. It gives us something that's bigger than ourselves to look to. But the other side of this is that after all, we are human. There are good people and there are bad people. And what you see happening is that people who want to exploit and abuse this, they do so.
Right. All right. You and I have to take a 2-minute commercial break. We'll be right back. X-Zone Nation. Our guest this hour is Zulfiqar Rashid, and we're asking the question, what human right destroys so many children? According to my author, my guest, who is a world traveler, renowned artist, and humanitarian, he says corrupted spirituality. That's the answer. We'll be back on the other side of this 2-minute commercial break as we continue here in the X-Zone from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't go away. Modern Esoteric, Beyond Our Senses by Brad Olson, consummates the lifology story about where humanity originates. It is the lost continents, the primitive wisdom, the mythos of creation, and the rethinking of ancient history as we are taught in academia. There is much more to the story than what we have been told. As this is the first book in the Esoteric series, Modern Esoteric starts at the beginning of time and accelerates up to this modern age. Future Esoteric is book 2 in the series and takes a forward-looking position ahead of today with an open and honest examination of the ET issue and various unexplained phenomena. To discover the writings of author Brad Olson, visit www.bradolson.com. That's www.bradolson.com. Named one of the world's greatest psychics, Elizabeth Joyce is now giving readings worldwide via Skype. Elizabeth Joyce is recognized for her clairvoyant ability to help find missing persons, her analysis of dreams, past life regression work, mediumship, and her accurate predictions. Elizabeth has been a frequent guest on the X-Zone radio show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, now for several years. For an appointment with Elizabeth Joyce, call 201-934-8986 or Skype at elizabeth.joyce. And for more information, you can always visit Elizabeth Joyce online at www.new-visions.com.
Do you have a dis-ease that you would like to alleviate through a natural means? Have you been contacted by angels, ghosts, or even extraterrestrials and want to validate these experiences? Or would you simply like to speak with someone who can help you find your life's purpose? I'm Dr. Joseph Mara, and I'm offering my services free of charge for first-time clients contacting me during the month of April. These free consultations include angel card readings, guided meditations, life coaching, and energy healing. If you have always wanted to explore these types of experiences but were skeptical or simply could not afford them, then take advantage of this free special offer. Contact me through my website, aguidinglight, spelled LITE.com, to schedule your consultation today. Until then, I offer you love, light, and laughter.
Welcome back, everyone. My guest this hour is Zulfiqar Rashid. He is the author of The Rat Boys of, and I don't know if I'm saying this correct, and I apologize, Karalabad?
Yes, it is The Rat Boys of Karalabad.
Okay. And your book explores one particularly heinous form of child abuse in the name of religion. And I was wondering if you could tell us about that.
Yes. So the book talks about rat boys.
Mm-hmm.
And rat boys, to give you some context to it, is you see these children in Southeast Asia, in Pakistan. I've seen them quite a bit. What happens is that when the children are very young,
Yes.
they are left at shrines. And what the shrines do is, in some cases, they bind the heads and in some cases also the limbs of these children with metal or with leather.
Oh, God.
So, and they stay bound in that apparatus for a year, 2 years, 3 years, so that as they grow, the heads don't grow. There is no room for growth. And the arm, for example, will be a lifeless twig. And why do they do that? They do that so that when these children grow up and they are deformed, and you can try to picture this thing where the body of a normal, let's say, 10-year-old,
Right.
but the face, the head is much smaller, so the eyes are normal, but they are kind of pulled back, and the nose is normal, but much larger in proportion to the head. The lips are kind of pulled back, the ears are pulled back. It's a very, I hate to say the word grotesque, disfiguration of a normal child.
Right.
And the reason this is done is so that when these children go out and beg for money, they get more money.
And what happens to the money that the children beg for?
Well, I'm sure that you have already guessed. Of course, the
Oh, I
shrine.
have.
So, yes. So the money, none of this is for the benefit of the children, of that particular child.
Now, why does the government in these countries allow this to happen? How come the children aren't protected?
So there are, as you could imagine, there are many ordinances and laws and regulations that are there to protect the children, but these things usually happen in very rural and remote areas of the country. And what I'm happy to say is that the incidence of this is decreasing quite a bit over the last few years, that there has been a lot of awareness.
Right.
And there are programs. You know, at the root of this thing is this organized system of beggary that exists in some of these countries. And that is what the government is actively working on, has been actively working on. And if you follow the news from that part of the world, there are more and more arrests that are being made in this area. But it still exists. It's much less than before, but even the fact that there's even one more of these rat children being produced is, to me, an abomination that needs to be stopped.
What was your inspiration for writing this book?
There were a couple of things that drove me. One is just the memories and the recollections of a rat boy and how that is formed. And I did a lot of research,
Right.
and that's when I found the connection to the religion and how the religion is really corrupted by people to exploit the weak and the ones that can be exploited. And that was the inspiration to bring light to this on how there is these actions that are happening. There's multiple, things that are resulting from this. There are these children that are being exploited first and foremost.
Right.
Secondly, religion is really being distorted and given a face that it does not deserve, that has nothing to do with religion.
Is it just one religion, or are there a number of religions that are abusing the children on purpose, deforming them in order to get more from the people that they beg from, so that the the organization can get more money? Is it just one religion, or are there a number of religions involved in this